And then if you'd like to stay on longer, so that's the first half of the call, which will be about 20 minutes, maybe less. After that, if you want to stay on longer, I really invite you to do so, because Amy is back. Amy's my sister-in-law. She is our leader of this team. She's who got me started on the products. So she just came back from an amazing trip to Mexico, all with Plexus. And this is her second big Plexus trip as an Emerald ambassador. Last year, she got to go to Hawaii. This year, they took her to Mexico, and she got to take her husband. It's all expenses paid for. And I've been stalking the pictures of her and everybody else on the trip, and I know I want to be there next year. You guys can be there too, but I'd also just invite you to just hear about what a Plexus event is like, because it's really amazing. They take care of you. It's truly like a vacation. There is some training, but they treat you like royalty from what I hear. And I've been on some of the leaders retreat trips, and that is exactly what it's like. So we'll hear from Amy later on that. Amy, did you want to say anything now, or do you want me to go ahead and get started?
No, you can go ahead and get started. I'm super excited to share. So if you guys can stay on, stay on. But yeah, let's go ahead and I'm excited to hear you share about balance also and hear the health tips. So
All right,
let's do
cool.
that.
Yeah, so some of you guys might know that we have a product called Balance, and we also have a product called Block. Maybe you don't know that. So there's two of them, and Block came first before Balance. Okay. And so when Balance came along, people were like, why do we have this new product called Balance and we still have Block? Aren't they the same thing? Are they similar? Why are they different? People are confused. Are you supposed to take both? They kept Block on because some people just have so much success with Block and really love Block for certain aspects of it. I know some people really like it just for the fact that it has the iodine in it, right? And that is really good for thyroid. So there are a lot of thyroid people that love taking Block for that reason. Balance is made slightly different. There are some things that are similar, but there are a lot of additional things that they added to Balance, and they're taken differently. So when you're using these products, generally, you just want to take one or the other. I have heard of some people that take both. That's something, if you want to think about trying and want to play with, go ahead. I've not done that. It's recommended you either take one or the other. Okay. So let's talk about that just to start. What's the difference in how you take it? So they're both capsules, first of all. The dosage for both of them is 2 capsules, but with Block, you don't have to take it every day. With Balance, it's the way it's made. It actually kind of works on consistency. Like it kind of builds upon itself. You want to take Balance every single day, and you'll take 2 capsules a day. That's it. Now with Block, you can just take it on an as needed basis. And you take 2 capsules, but you could take it up to twice a day. So there'll be some days maybe you're not taking Block at all. Maybe the next day you're taking just 1 dose of Block, which is 2 capsules. Maybe the day after you're taking 2 doses, so it's Block varies on how you want to take it. A lot of people love to use that for vacations, and then they just kind of use it on the weekends whenever they're having those heavy meals. Maybe they eat really healthy during the week and they feel like they don't need something every single day. So those people like to do Block. But again, Balance in progress every day. Oops, there you go. I was going to say I was echoing for a minute. That usually happens when people get on unmuted. So sorry about that. Anyway, so let's see. Block basically helps block the absorption of excess carbs and sugar. Okay. So you're blocking up to like half of your carb and sugar intake for that meal that you're blocking. And it helps with your weight management and blood glucose levels that way. Both of them contain white kidney bean extract. That actually helps manage the breakdown of carbs and sugars. That's part of what that does. Now, Balance has a couple ingredients that Block doesn't. Balance has cinnamon bark extract. It also has mulberry leaf extract. Cinnamon actually helps maintain healthy blood sugar levels. And then mulberry helps inhibit the breakdown of the simple carbs. So a little bit different. And there's other things I think that are a little bit more different to it as well. But like, it's mostly the fact that Balance helps more with blood sugar control than Block. I'm trying to think what else. Let me pull up this sheet because this is going to actually show you the difference visually. So you can see, let me share my screen here. Here we go. Okay, so now you can see a better picture of what the differences are. If you want to go ahead and take a screenshot of this, that would be really helpful. And then you can go ahead and look at this later. Okay. I don't want to bore you with like reading all of this. Oh, the other thing to note is with balance, it actually helps reduce your calorie intake, which I think is a nice added bonus for that. Okay. All right. So I guess you guys have all had a screenshot of that and have been able to see the difference. So, you know, if you aren't sure which one to do, I say just grab one this month, grab one next month, see what happens. If you're going to try one this month, go for balance, because balance is actually the product of the season with Plexus. And what that means is you're actually going to be able to earn more perks if you have the product of the season on your subscription. Okay. So what are perks? If you don't know what perks are, they are basically, I guess I would call them free product rewards. So every time your subscription runs for 100 PV or more, you're going to earn what's called perks. And if you first started, say you just started last month and you ordered a welcome pack, you actually earn 250 perks for that. They give you extra when you get a welcome pack. So by your second order, you usually have enough perks to redeem a whole nice product, maybe even a bottle of balance. But when you put a bottle of balance on your subscription this month, you'll earn extra perks. So that way, next month's order, you're going to get to be able to redeem more things. Now, how do you get to redeem those things? Just go to your account. If you log in, click the My Account button. It's like by the profile, you'll see like a little bubble with your initials, maybe log in there. And then you'll see all different things, like you'll be able to see your profile, you'll see your subscription, your orders, and then click the thing that says My Perks. When you go in there, there's a button that says Redeem Perks, and it shows you how many you have. You might have hundreds right now and you don't even know. So go check that out. I really recommend you see how many perks you have, and then you just select what items you want to add. It'll only let you select whatever you have enough perks for. Okay. So if you only have 800 perks, you can only get up to 800 perks worth of products, right? Won't let you go over. So you might be able to get a couple products in that case. And then it adds them to your next upcoming subscription. So you get to try that thing for free. So I always recommend trying something new that you haven't had before, because that's really fun to do with like basically free. It's like almost like Monopoly money for Plexus, I feel like. So why not? All right, I'm going to stop sharing my screen with that. Anyways, so I'm going to also share with you guys some healthier, and maybe not healthy per se, but if you're going to choose snacks at the grocery store, I'm going to show you guys what I like to get. Now, unfortunately, one of my favorite snacks I realized is not in the cupboard. I wanted to show you, and I just finished the box the other day and I forgot I already got rid of it. So I'll talk about that one first. It's called Simple Mills Sweet Thins. I shared these with Amy when we were on vacation. I'm obsessed with them. Apparently you can get a big bag at Costco, but I've been buying the small boxes for now. There's, I think, 4 different flavors, but I always get the same ones. I always get either the, I think it's called chocolate brownie Sweet Thins, and then the other one is cinnamon. The cinnamon one basically tastes like graham crackers. Oh my gosh, you're holding one. Who is that?
Holly has them. There they are. Those are
those
so
the
good.
mint ones? Oh, there's the chocolate brownie. Thank you.
Yeah, those things are amazing. Really, really good.
They
And
are so
healthy.
good for you, and they're made with seed and nut flours. They're gluten-free. If that's something you're looking for, the sugar in it, I mean, there is some sugar in it, but it's coconut sugar, I believe. Just really good stuff, really good, clean ingredients. Okay. So anytime I see those on sale, I grab them, but I mean, I buy them also when they're not on sale. Oh, there's the ingredients. If you want to screen here, I'll pin you to the top for a second. I'm going to spotlight Holly because look, she's holding up the ingredients there. Seed and nut flour blend, coconut sugar, tapioca starch, arrowroot, cocoa powder, cocoa butter, cocoa extract, baking soda, rosemary, sea salt, peppermint, cream of tartar. And you don't taste like the rosemary, by the way. You're not going to taste that in there. It's an extract. that peppermint is because she has the chocolate mint one she's holding up. So thank you. All right, I'm gonna remove that spotlight for a second. Okay. And then here's what I have on hand. These are my favorite. If you guys are a fan of peanut M&Ms, I don't know about you, but part of my Plexus story actually has to do with peanut M&Ms, because when I used to work in, my profession was working in restaurants as a manager for quite a few years, and then as a server. And so when I used to work, I would have the big like Costco size bags of peanut M&Ms in my drawer in the office, along with a bag of Swedish fish and those, what are those, watermelon, the sugar coated watermelon things, whatever those are. See, I don't even know what they are now because I haven't touched them for years. You know, anything Sour Patch, stuff like that. Chocolate, it was always in my drawer, but especially the peanut M&Ms. And that's something that I could just grab and go and walk, you know, and people knew where to come. If they needed a quick sugar fix, they would be like, hey, you got any candy in there? And I'm like, yeah, come on over here. It was like I was doing candy deals in the office. And so this is my new go-to, you guys. I get them at Whole Foods, but I know you can get them other places. The brand is Unreal. Now, there's lots of stores that sell Unreal candies, but I'll tell you, I have a really hard time finding the peanut gems. They're called dark chocolate peanut gems. And of all like the 5 stores in the area that I go to that sell this brand, only one of them has these. So I have to go to Whole Foods to get these, but they literally just taste like you're eating the regular peanut M&Ms. So give those a try. Okay, another thing, I think you say it, is it Hue or Hue? I don't even know how to say it. Never said it out loud before. I guess it's Hue because it's called Get Back to Human. It's like their tagline. So this brand has really awesome chocolate stuff. So all kinds of things. I'm not saying to just get this, but I do happen to really love the chocolate covered cashews that they have. They have really great just bars of chocolates that have all different flavors. They're so good. They can be pricey, but I'll tell you what, it's worth it because, you know, some of this stuff, I feel like they're not as addictive, or maybe it's just me. I don't have that same addiction to sweets that I used to. Whereas before, like I would kill like a bag of this in 2 days with the old stuff. And maybe it's just the Plexus in me that I don't tend to eat all of them. You know what I mean? Like they're more satisfying, maybe because it's real ingredients, you know? So I've had this bag for a little while and there's still a few in here. I just keep them in the fridge. I like them cold. So the ingredients in here are organic cashews, organic cacao, organic coconut sugar, organic cocoa butter, sea salt, and organic vanilla bean. So love the ingredients. Okay, one of my favorite bars. I have 2 favorite bars. Unfortunately, I believe I'm out of, I don't see any in my jar. I'm out of the Plexus Smart Snack bars. They are so good. There's 3 flavors of them. One of them is chocolate fudge brownie. That is my absolute favorite Plexus Smart Snack bar. My second favorite is the lemon zest. I didn't think I was going to like the lemon zest, and I love it. And then the other flavor is blueberry almond. Not my favorite, but John and Ruby love the blueberry almond. I think that's what it's called, blueberry almond. Anyways, we're out because we love them so much that they go really fast, but they're great because they're like a miniature bar. They're not as big as like a normal protein bar you have. They're smaller, so they fit in my purse. They fit in my crossbody bag. Just take them with me on the go. They fit in a little wristlet, you know? So when I'm on the run and I know I'm going to need a snack later when I'm grocery shopping. By the way, don't go grocery shopping when you're hungry, okay? Or if you are hungry, bring with you a protein bar or a smart snack bar, or bring your pink drink with you or a lean shake, because I've done it. I've done grocery shopping hungry and it's not pretty. You come home with a bunch of crap that you don't need and really usually unhealthy junk. So anyways, Plexus Smart Snack Bar is the other one. Okay, this is my other favorite bar. If you don't use a Plexus bar, oh, write that down.
Oh my gosh, those are so good. You introduced me to those too.
I did. I tell you all my favorites.
These are the best bars.
Over Easy bars. Peanut butter, dark chocolate. They have different flavors, but I'll tell you what, I've tried a couple of them. They're good, but like I have to have chocolate chips in my protein bars.
Those are so good.
They're delicious.
Yeah.
I'll read to you in the ingredients real quick. And I tend to find these at gas stations a lot of times, just so you guys know. But a lot of times if I'm buying, like, I'll buy a whole box of them at Whole Foods just because I know we're going to use them. So I'll just buy the whole box for like whatever it is, $24. And I get, I don't know, 12 or whatever is in there. So the ingredients: organic oats, peanuts, honey, peanut butter, tapioca fiber, organic chocolate chips. And they list all the ingredients, organic ingredients that are in the chocolate chips, and then egg whites, vanilla extract, sea salt. Okay, so super simple ingredients. The egg whites is kind of, and the protein are the main ways you get the protein from this. Highly recommend it.
Yeah, my kids can be kind of picky with bars, but they all like that one. Everyone does.
That's
So
good to hear.
yeah,
I knew Ashley was going to like them.
yeah. Highly recommend trying that bar. Wish I had one right now.
Right? So I have two more. And let me just open this so you can see it better. Sorry. Lesser Evil. Has anyone had the Lesser Evil brand snacks? Oh my gosh. Okay. So if you get the Lesser Evil popcorn, it is so good. And I just finished recently a popcorn bag, so I didn't have that on hand either. But they have a popcorn that's just literally like organic popcorn and coconut oil and salt. And the other one, I think maybe uses avocado oil, or, you know what I mean? Like, it's super simple. Most of the time when you're buying popcorn bagged, it's got seed oils in it, or it has, it's got vegetable oil and canola oil, stuff that's actually really bad for you. That's very inflammatory. So when you think about it, the reason, I try to pick smart snacks for me, and I don't eat perfect, you guys. If you know me, if you follow me, I like to cook. I like to cook very delicious food. I also like to eat out. I love my tacos, queso, and margaritas and stuff. So I'm not a perfect person saying like, oh, you have to have all the perfect ingredients. But I'll tell you, if I am going to go shopping for snacks, why not find these better options if you can? This Lesser Evil snack is actually called Space Balls. They have, I think, cheese ones that are basically like, what do you call those? Like cheese puffs, like Cheeto type things or whatever. But I haven't tried those yet because those, I don't really like that kind of snack. But these ones actually have cinnamon sugar. So they're corn puffs with cinnamon sugar. And the ingredients are organic whole grain yellow corn, organic avocado oil, organic coconut sugar, organic spices, and organic flavor and sea salt. So super simple. I'm very happy giving my kid, this. Like, she wants to munch on a snack. I'd rather her have this than some of the other snacks out there. Another great one that's similar to this flavor profile, like if you want like a cinnamon sugar type thing, Sept chips. They have some kind of chips that have, I think they call them churro chips or something. They're like cinnamon sugar. Those are really good. Also very clean and healthy. And now I've been looking for this for so long. Sept also now has a chip. They've always had healthy chips. Okay. But I never liked what they were made out of, because it wasn't like a typical corn chip that you're looking for when you go to eat chips and salsa, right? Now Sept finally made a corn chip, and it's only made with avocado oil, corn, and salt. And I'm super excited about that. So check that out. So those are my snacks for you guys. Let me grab the recipe that I have for you today. Pull it up here on my screen. Give me just a second. Sorry, thought I had this organized. So these are peanut butter chocolate bars. Okay, they have protein in them. So you're going to be able to use your Plexus Lean to make these. And I wish I would have put this on a better thing to share on my screen. And I didn't, but this will work. Okay. Sharing my screen again. Here's the recipe for these 5-ingredient peanut butter protein bars. If you want to go ahead and take a screenshot here, you can see it. You're just putting a cup of peanut butter, 3/4 of a cup of vanilla lean, 1/4 cup of honey is what I use, or you could use maple syrup, and then a dash of salt. So that's going to be your peanut butter mixture. Do that in one bowl. Okay. So you're going to combine all of that together, and it's going to look like cookie dough. You're going to press that into a loaf pan that's lined with parchment paper and freeze that. Then you're going to make the chocolate layer. So you're going to melt your favorite chocolate chips, but I really highly recommend trying something that's higher in cocoa content. The higher the number is, like if you get 72% cocoa, like that's way better than like your normal typical semi-sweet chips, because those actually have a ton of sugar in them. And if you can find a cleaner option for chocolate that you can melt, ideally use that. But the darker the better is kind of the main gist. Lily's makes a great brand of chips. Obviously that Hue brand I shared with you does. So anyways, you're going to melt the chocolate, mix some coconut oil. You're going to melt that, put it on top, and then you set it in the freezer for at least an hour, and then you can cut it. And I'll show you what it looks like making them. Hold on, I have a window here somewhere if I can find it. Well, apparently I lost it. Here it is. It's on the side. I can see it, but I can't get to it. There it is. Okay. See, Ruby was making it.
Wow, they look so good. They
They
look
are delicious.
like healthy peanut butter cups, sort of like
Yeah.
a version of that.
Almost like an open-faced peanut butter cup.
Yeah.
And you can melt chocolate and put it at the bottom if you wanted to double that up so that there is chocolate on both sides. You could even take this recipe and like get a muffin tin, maybe ideally a silicone one so you don't have to line them, and then melt some chocolate, put it at the bottom.
Individual ones,
Yeah. And then make little balls of the peanut butter stuff, put it in, and then cover that with chocolate, and you have your homemade Reese's cup. So it's another version of my homemade Reese's cup. I served these to my friend and her mom one day. I went over to visit, and they couldn't believe this was a protein. Like this was an actual healthy snack. They were really, really surprised about that. So thought you guys would like that. So hopefully you've screenshotted the recipe so you have that to make at home yourself. I am now going to show you guys our testimonies of the day. We'll start with this gentleman right here. Whoops, I'll start it over because the volume was off.
What Plexus has done for me.
Okay.
Hi, my name is Jeremy Burton, and I'm just going to share a little bit about what Plexus has done for me in 60 seconds, I'm told. So one of the things, I used to have chronic stomach flare-ups. Used to happen every 3 months. I'd be on the floor 24 rough hours straight. I'd be thrown up in pain, in the fetal position, going to the doctors, getting all sorts of checks and tests done, 4 different states, couldn't find anything. When we started taking Plexus, all that went away. And I haven't had a flare up since, which has been huge. So dealing with that kind of pain on a consistent basis for 7.5 years was huge to have that, go away. Another big thing that Plexus has done for me is quite often when I come home from work, if not every night, but at least 3 nights a week, I would fall asleep on the floor playing with my kids. I would wake up and realize that they had gone somewhere else, or I was being called for dinner, and I haven't felt the need to take a nap in years outside Sunday afternoon, because that nap is good. But other than that, I've not had any need to do any after work, late night naps before bed, pre-bed naps. I've just had the energy that I've needed, coaching basketball, midweek services for church, running around, do what we're doing. So that's been great. The last thing is the Plexus protein powder. That's been great too. I mean, so many years you take that protein, you feel like you're drinking sludge, you're bloated after. I don't feel bloated. I feel like I'm in the best shape I've been in all these years with the Plexus protein powder. So it's hit 3 different areas, and I'm super happy about it. So that's my testimony.
And I wanted to share a little bit of my Plexus story with you. So I've been taking the products for just over 5 years. I was introduced to the products through my kid's nurse practitioner. She did a post on Facebook that caught my eye. And at the time, I was struggling with severe IBS. That was probably my number one issue. It was literally controlling my life. I was also a type 2 diabetic using 2 types of insulin. I had been diagnosed with PCOS. I had high blood pressure. I was addicted to sugar. Had to have my Diet Dr. Peppers every single day. And I just didn't feel good. I was not enjoying life. So when she posted, I reached out. I had tried for years I'd worked with traditional doctors. I'd worked with homeopathic doctors. I had worked, taken prescription drugs. I had tried everything and nothing really worked. So I was desperate. I said, let's give this a try. So I got my products, I started to use them, and within just about 30 to 60 days, I noticed that I wasn't taking 7 to 10 Imodium a day. Then within about 3.5 months, I was able to reduce my insulin. Within about 5 months, I was able to completely go off both types of insulin. I started to feel better. I was enjoying myself. I was getting up, and all of a sudden, I was wanting to move my body. I was wanting to get up and go for a walk. And that was the weirdest feeling to me, to be able have this desire to go walk, to go to the gym with my kids. And it felt amazing. I absolutely loved the changes that I saw. And over the last 5 years, I continue to see little changes along the way. And it has changed so many things for not just me, but also my family. I hope that you find this information helpful in this group and that you give Plexus a try. Hi, welcome. My name is Chris Quinn, and
All right. So passing it off to Amy, that was it for our normal lunch and learn. We've got our products highlight, we got our health tip for today, and we got our testimonies. So we also welcome everyone to stay on if you would like for the rest of our call. Amy is going to stay on and share for a few minutes just all about her trip to Mexico that Plexus sent her on. So we'd love to have you guys stay if you'd like.
Okay, hey. Yeah, no pressure to stay, but if you want to, please stay. And if you do have to leave, we won't take offense if you have to leave at some point. So I have nothing planned. I thought I was gonna have time to plan, and I sat down to plan. And I have a few things like written down, but basically I want to kind of try to get it across to you guys how um all kinds of people are in this trip. So for the longest time, I think when I pictured uh, who goes on these trips, the Plexus Jewels, they're like, oh, just like these beautiful young people that are just perfect and they just always are dressed perfectly and have their nails done and look fancy. And those are Plexus Jewels. Uh, well, there's a lot of beautiful people there, don't get me wrong. Most people take Plexus, right? So they're in shape. Not everyone looks the same though. It's all ages. I mean, you have 18-year-olds to 80. I think the oldest Jewel is like 89. All ages, both genders, all different cultures of people. We have a lot of Jewels in Mexico now, Jewels in Australia, Jewels in Canada. So it's just pretty awesome. I think it was eye-opening for my husband that last year in Kona to see, oh wow, like not all Jewels are like 30-year-old women with kids. Like they're all so many different kinds of Jewels, if that makes sense. Long story short, what I'm trying to say is you could all be on this trip. You could. It just you definitely have to have a passion for helping people, and that comes through talking to the other people on the trip. These people love to help people. And these people do enjoy, when I'm talking with the other Jewels on this trip, they enjoy talking to other people too. I can tell that. They like to talk to people, they like to help people, and they are hardworking people. So consistent with your business. So, but it's amazing hearing everybody's journey on how they got to this trip. I mean, some people, this one lady, she joined a year ago. She ordered her first welcome pack a year ago, and she was on this trip this year. She fell in love with the products, and she just decided, I'm going to tell everyone about the products. Everyone needs to know about these products. And here she was in Mexico a year later. Another friend I made, she's been selling the products for 10 years, taking and sharing them slowly but consistently. And this was her first Emerald Extravaganza. So it's really different for everyone. Obviously, we're all different people and share in different ways. But anyways, I think that there's also a misconception where people think, oh, you have to get in early with the company to be on this trip. Like you had to get started in like 2008 or 2010 to be at the top of the company. No, like I mean, there's just plenty of people that have been doing this for under 3 years and they're on these trips. So the trip itself, it is just amazing. We landed in Cancun and Plexus was waiting there with signs for us. So we knew who to go with and they got us into these vans and we put all our luggage in these vans and went straight to the resort. Walking into the resort, they had special drinks for us and got us our room very quickly. And then, oh my gosh, the people that worked on this resort, the Fairmont Mayakoba guys, these people, it's like I'm copying someone here. I'm copying what she said. It's like you're at Chick-fil-A all the time. Like, you know how Chick-fil-A people are like, oh, it's my pleasure, my pleasure. Happy to serve you, my pleasure. Like, amazing service by the people on this resort. But I thought you hit the nail on the head by saying it feels like you're at Chick-fil-A for a week. So, yeah, they drove us to our room. It's a very secluded resort. It almost feels like you're in the jungle, very spread out, lots of cart paths. And these guys drive you around on little carts to take you all over the resort. So they took us to our room, which almost was like a house, like different from like a room. It was like a house, very private. And then that night we had the welcome reception, which it's just a huge party, food and drink, everything provided by Plexus, music, dancing. The one thing they did last year in Hawaii and they did here in Mexico, the food is authentic. Like authentic Mexican food was what they served at the welcome reception and then the closing reception. Just amazing, the best Mexican ever. And Mexican drinks, best margaritas ever. Same in Kona. It was Hawaiian food, lots of poke, lots of fresh fish, and I don't want that to freak you out. There is something for everyone. If you happen to be kind of a more picky eater, I'm sure you would be fine. But it is really cool to just eat what they're known for there. You know, it's not chicken fingers. So the party's really fun, and the guys from corporate, like the CEOs, the people that started the company, and the people that we talk to at corporate, they're there too, and they just mingle around and chat with you, and you learn about them, they learn about you. You can ask them anything you want, and they answer very honestly. So it's really good to get to know the people who run this company. I have to say, they are very, very down to earth. Most of them are married with kids and going through similar life things that we all go through. So I do love that. I had breakfast. Mike and I sat at breakfast with Genevieve one day and her husband, and that was cool. Just getting to chat with her, and she's very, very, very down to earth. Her
Some
husband's
people might not know who that is that's listening. Who's Genevieve?
so she is
like our
like the
sales is she our sales
she's like-
director, or what do you?
I don't even know, but she's like the Oprah of
Yeah, the Oprah of
Plexus.
Plexus. I love it.
She's just amazing. She's a trainer, basically. She trains us on how to share Plexus. She's super intelligent, super smart. When I do the things she says, my business grows. I've been in some of her groups over the years, and I'm just blown away by this woman. We all, I think the people that have seen her speak live and been in some of her trainings, you kind of just instantly fall in love with Genevieve. She's very easy to relate to, and
And the way
awesome.
she
But yeah,
teaches is very straightforward,
yeah,
it's not like, I don't know, I feel like she gives us actionable items. It's like you just get what she's saying. I like how she
Yeah.
teaches.
yeah,
And I like, just to add on to what you're saying, to some of these people that might not understand a Plexus trip, like she was saying, she got to spend time with Genevieve from corporate. And we saw, a picture of our friend Sarah. She was hiking or doing those caves with our CEO, was literally just meshes in with all of the ambassadors, just like they're one of us. He had a baseball hat on and a t-shirt and short, I mean, they're dressed down. They're not just corporate people that stand on a
Yeah,
stage
they
in
don't
an
stand
office
out at these
suit.
things.
You
Like
don't
they
even
are
know.
one of us.
Yes,
Just
it's so cool.
mingling.
They get in and just
Yeah.
talk to everybody. I mean, they're so normal. When we went on a leaders retreat trip, the one to Orlando last year in 2022, it was just so incredible how when I walked into the room we were able to bring our daughter, and Ruby was actually my official, guest on the trip. So I got to bring her to all the events. And so I was walking in with her, as well as our friend Amy on the team with her daughter. So we're walking with our daughters, and the two, corporate guys, the CEO and founder, are standing right there. And they turn around, and as they saw these two little girls walk in, they not only greeted us and said hello, they got down on our daughter's eye level, like bent down, and actually stopped and they took 5 to 10 minutes and actually talked to them, asking them about their trip. What have you seen? What have you liked so far? I mean, it just gave me a little chills right now, because you just felt the love and the care that they actually do care that you're here, and they do love that you bring your families and children. And that meant a lot to me.
Yeah, it's pretty awesome. And that reminded me, lots of kids on this trip. I mean, not like an insane amount of kids, but you can bring your kids on this trip. And a lot of people do. We choose not to because we have 4 of them, and they're also in school. It would be really hard for them to miss that amount of school right now, especially the teenagers. So then we're like, well, we could just take the little 2, but then the teenagers would be like, why, what? What are you doing? You're taking them to Mexico and not us? So it wouldn't be fair. So therefore, none of them get to go. But anyways, back to the trip, we did have 2 trainings, which were amazing, about 2 to 3 hours, 2 separate days. Got to hear from a lot of jewels that have grown their business really well within the past year. And I'm coming home even more motivated than before I was. It's we got all kinds of things we can do to grow. One little thought I can drop in your head right now: Punta Cana is an all-inclusive trip that we can all earn. It's in February. It's actually geared for someone who's never shared before. If they start sharing, they could earn it in February. So they've geared it so it's technically easier for someone who's never shared before to win this trip than someone like me. But someone like me can earn it if I work hard. Anyways, someone new, if they would start sharing and sign up 20 people this month, they earn the trip. So you don't have to earn it all in this month. You have September, October, November, and December to earn it. But we learned lots of different ways to help people earn the trip. And I'm really, really, really excited to help some of my team members earn the trip, and we can just enjoy the all-inclusive and Punta Cana together. But so the trainings were really good. We did we got to spend a lot of time with my diamond upline, Sarah Taylor. Some of you don't know who she is, but she's a friend I know through Plexus. She introduced Amy Welsh, if that name sounds familiar. She is another upline of mine. She introduced her to Plexus, and then Amy introduced my best friend Sarah to Plexus, and Sarah introduced me to Plexus. And we've all been working together for almost 8 years now, so become very good friends. So it was very nice to get to spend that time with Amy, or with Sarah and her husband on the trip. We got to go on an excursion. Plexus paid for an all-day excursion. We got to choose which one we wanted to do, and we had fun at a park doing swimming, like in these cenotes, like freshwater. I don't know how to describe them. Freshwater under caves, out in the open, but jumping off of cliffs and zip lining. Then we did more zip lining. I didn't get any videos of that because I was zip lining. I didn't want to drop my phone, but huge zip lines and canoeing. But it was a really fun day. And that was again, paid for by Plexus, and then the closing reception. I think it was the best party I've ever been to, the closing party. I couldn't really capture it on my phone. I kept trying to take videos, but it was this huge party on the beach was where they had the band and then the DJ. And then there was just food stations throughout. But up behind there was a restaurant you could go in, kind of this big restaurant if you kind of wanted to be in air conditioning. But it wasn't really hot that night on the beach because there was a nice breeze. There was more food down at a restaurant down the beach. Like I couldn't believe how big the party was, and there was a pool. But it was just a really, really fun party and really like unique food, like good. Like I said, even if I think a picky eater would be fine. And that was a 4-hour long party. So sometimes, parties are like from 7 to 9, when it's by like given by a company or something. This was 6:30 to 10:30, and by then you're like, whew, gotta go home and go to bed. But yeah, I mean, I guess that's all. I could go on and on. I have a lot of pictures. Maybe I'll drop more of them on the Wellness Connection page so you guys can see. I've put a lot on my Facebook and in my stories, but biggest takeaway is this trip is for us. It's for all of us. It's for anyone who wants to share, and it just takes consistently sharing these products that we know work. Oh, I heard some amazing health transformations. Just talking to people on the beach, at the pool, and most people grew their business just because they liked the products, they felt good, they wanted other people to feel good. And that's how most people started their business. They didn't even really mean to. They just shared how much the products helped them, and there you go. And then they obviously enjoyed the paychecks, so kept sharing. But I mean, like I said, all kinds of people. There's a whole bunch of Amish people from Pennsylvania. A lot of Amish jewels, and that's eye-opening because I'm like, do they have? Oh, there's a bunch of pictures. I'm like, do they have internet? Like these people might be sharing just mouth to mouth, which I always say is the best way to share Plexus, face to face.
I think some of them also I've heard go to the library and use the internet there or something. And some of
Okay.
them, yeah, I think it's word face to face sharing.
Face to face, yeah.
Are they Mennonite or Amish?
I'm not sure. Well, I have an echo. Oh, here's some of my pictures. Nicole's so organized. Is this my Facebook?
Yeah, it's your Facebook. So I think you need to upload a lot more because we need to see more of your pictures. But I know you've been posting a lot on your, look how, I can't go back now. Look how pretty the water is. Oh my God.
So if my parents asked us what our favorite part was, and Mike right away said the beach.
Wow.
The beach was amazing. And you could take out paddle boards, for free. Not canoes. What are they called? Not canoes, a little smaller than a canoe.
Is this the picture?
That's a paddle board.
Oh,
we
okay.
enjoyed those. And then we also we raced Sarah and Gavin in those little, oh gosh, what are they called? They're a little smaller than a canoe.
I
But
don't know.
you can go really far down that beach and back. Oh, you can rent scuba equipment. I didn't get any pictures of that. And you sit there, like there's so many spots on the beach, and they all have shade. And and they come up to you and ask you if you want a drink. Like,
Wow.
yes. So you kind of just feel like you're in paradise for 5 days. So coming back to reality is a bit rough. Well, this is when we walked into the party the last night. Those guys were standing out there all dressed up. But they do kind of make you feel like a celebrity for 5 days, which is just amazing. I can't think of any other companies that do that. Mike and I have been to a lot with his company, been to a lot of conventions, and they're really, really awesome. Really awesome, but you don't quite feel like a celebrity. Like they make you feel pretty special here. So anyways, does anyone have any questions? Oh, the breakfast was insane. Insane. The biggest breakfast I've ever seen.
Looks so good.
Yeah. And it was covered by Plexus.
So all the food
So-
was pretty much covered, right? Like your main
Pretty
meal.
much. Pretty
Like,
much. There
yeah.
were a few dinners we were on our own. Sarah and Gavin took us out one night, which was very nice of them. And then another night we were on our own. But
Wow.
we were so proud of ourselves. We spent less than $400, like
What? That's
privately.
insane.
Yeah, we spent when we got our bill, because I added a couple like drinks at the beach, and then we were on our own one night for dinner. And what else? I don't remember what else we did. We bought some stuff for the kids at the hotel.
Yeah.
We're like, wow, pretty good vacation for $400. Yeah.
Right? Because you didn't pay for flights, right? They cover the flight.
Yeah, they covered the flights, and they
Amazing.
flew us first class. That was our first time in first class. So that was pretty exciting. Oh, this was our dinner in a cave. That's where they took us out to dinner, in a legit cave.
That's insane. It's so beautiful. And I saw the
Yeah.
drinks. This was cool. I'm gonna show you drink presentation.
Oh yeah, this was Gavin's drink. It was just an old fashioned, but very fancy. They did the strobe light.
Looked like they almost hit him in the face with that thing.
Yeah.
All right. Well, I think this gives a pretty good depiction. There's Mike's birthday. See, Amy's husband's birthday was while they were in Mexico. Pretty great way to celebrate your birthday, right?
Yeah, it was so fun. And so they brought him one glass of champagne, right? And then before we knew it, they came back with 3 more.
What? Wow.
And they didn't charge us for any of that, the cake or the champagne.
That's so nice.
This was just, the Mexicans are so nice, like really good
Like their
customer
hospitality.
service.
Yeah.
Everywhere we went, the customer service is just amazing. Yeah, so
Well,
I guess that's all, but Punta Cana,
Yeah.
flights included, I'm not sure. But when you're earning the trip, you can earn, well, you earn the trip, and then if you keep getting more credits, you can earn money
yeah, flights are not included for
to
sure.
cover it.
but
Okay.
you can absolutely earn the money to cover it.
You can earn the money to cover the trip, the flights. Yeah, so I
And
think it is just Emerald Extravaganza that covers the flights.
Right. And I mean, with the cash that's available, I mean, you can earn enough money to cover any extra expense that you would have for
Yeah.
the trip if you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, yeah, let me know if you want to go to Punta Cana. I learned all different kinds of ways to help you guys.
I want to
so.
go, and I want lots of my friends and customers to go.
Yeah.
So if you guys are hearing this and you want to go on a beautiful trip like this with us, we are going to Punta Cana in February. And I don't know the exact dates off the top of my head, but ask us, just send us a message and we'll just help you get started on that path to sharing and making that happen. And if not that trip, then the next trip, because it's going to be fun. So
Yeah.
thank you for sharing about your trip. I'm so excited you're back, but it looked like you had a really fantastic time. We missed you all week.
I missed you guys too. I felt so disconnected, but I enjoyed the trip. I enjoyed it. But I saw people there with their, like, lots of their team members and friends, and I was like, that is what I want. Like, I want my team with me here.
Yeah.
So that is
better
the
when we're all
goal.
together.
Just got to keep sharing.
Yes.
So
And I wanted to mention real quick, our next call is actually going to be Wednesday. I want to double check the time, 8:30. Wednesday, September 20th. So next Wednesday night, we're doing one at 8:30 p.m. And then we're still going to continue our Thursday one. So every week we do this at Thursday at noon. But once a month, we're picking one, like usually mid-month, that we're going to do a Wednesday evening for those people that they really want to be connected live with us, but they're never able to make the lives on Thursday afternoon. So this is giving those people an option, and you're all welcome as well. But we will be doing the same format Wednesday night as we're going to do the next day, Thursday afternoon. So you don't need to be at both. So you can pick one or the other.
yeah, you can pick one or the other. We'll probably do like an incentive drawing on the Wednesday evening one.
Yes.
Though.
That's
you're
true.
on, I'll probably pull for
A prize.
gift.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, thank you guys for being on. This one's
Yeah.